y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am finally going to be testing out and giving you my first impressions of the Colourpop ILuvSarahii whole collection. I say whole collection like it was a whole bunch of stuff. It was really just an eyeshadow palette and a lip bundle. So I will be giving y'all my thoughts on that collection. This is also the first time that I am trying out Colourpop, so I will give you my first impression of the brand. I'm very excited. I don't want to wait much longer, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the Colourpop ILuvSarahii collection came with an eyeshadow palette as well as a lip bundle. So the eyeshadow palette looks like this. This is the unit carton that it comes in. So it is called Through My Eyes. And then on the back right here, it's got all of the shade names. So this is what the palette looks like. It's kind of this whole kaleidoscope theme. I really like the color. I don't know if I've mentioned, I may have, but green is actually one of my favorite colors. And then on the back, we again have the shade names all right there. And then on the inside, we've got a pretty sizable mirror, and then these are all of our shades. I do follow Trend Mood on Instagram, which if you don't, you should, because she has all of the like insider information about what's being released, when it's being released. She gives you little sneak peeks. So I will leave her Instagram account down in the description box. If y'all are not following her, go follow her. But anyways, when she posted about this one, the first thing I thought was, is Pocahontas doing a collaboration with Colourpop? This is what I think about when I think of Pocahontas. So I got really excited. Pocahontas is my favorite, and that is why I am now trying out Colourpop for the first time. I really wanted the Disney Designer Collection, but it was one of those things where I wanted the whole collection, and at the time that it came out, I might get it now, but at the time that it came out, it was just way too expensive for me. It was one of those things where if I got a little bit of it, I wanted it all. My mind wasn't thinking, oh, well, let's just get a little bit and then we'll work up to getting it all. No, I was like, no, I want the whole collection. I want the whole $120 collection. This is the first time I'm trying out Colourpop. I'm very excited. I have heard great things about this brand. Let's do it. Alright, so I have already primed my eyes. I used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Light. I did go in with the shade In a Wink. I used that to set down my concealer. So when I look at this, I know that everybody kind of, their eyes were drawn to this emerald shade and some of these oranges and like mustard yellows, and mine are too, but for some reason my eyes were drawn to these shades right here. So we have like kind of a dark plum shade, a couple pinks right here, and this silvery shimmer shade really appealed to me. I'm going to use those shades, create a look using those, and hopefully that's a little bit different from everyone who has done a review of this palette so far. So I'm going to start out by taking the shade Nostalgia over here. It's this really light pink shade, and I am going to put that as my transition shade kind of above the crease. Pretty. Alright, so then I am going to go into the shade Misbehave right here, a bit deeper of a pink, and I'm going to put that directly in my crease. Alright, so far so good. Those two shades blended really nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the shade Divina, and I'm going to put that in my outer corner, my outer V. So for my shimmer shades, I wanted to use both of these. This one right here called Flex. It's kind of like a silvery beigey shimmer shade. I don't really know how to describe it. And then this one right here, Nocturne. I think I'm gonna grab Nocturne, and I'm gonna put that kind of in the center, and then we're gonna put Flex kind of on the inner third of my lid. So I'm gonna first try with a brush, and then we will go from there. Ooh. Yes. I really like that. And it is perfect without having to wet the brush. So then I am going to go into the shade Flex right here, and I'm going to put that on the inner third of my lid. It's funny, it looks a little more brown on the eyes than it does in the pan. Alright, so there we go. I like this palette. The matte shades are very pigmented. They blend out pretty well. They blend into each other pretty well. I love the shimmer shades though. I'm very impressed with those because they work so well with just a dry brush. So I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on, and then I will be right back and we will try out some of the other products that I got in my order. Alright, so as you could probably tell, I decided to do the rest of my face other than the things that I have to test out. So I went ahead and put on primer, foundation, concealer. I didn't set anything, and then I put on bronzer and blush. I will leave all of the products that I used in the description box down below. But now we're going to move back on up to the eyes. So I'm going to go back into the shade Nostalgia right here. That was that light pink shade that we used first. And I am going to take that lightly on my lower lash line. Just very lightly. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing that I did to my lid, to my lower lash line. So I'm going to take the shade Nocturne, that was that pink shimmer shade, and I am going to put that kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to take the shade Flex, which was that gray, but is really more of a like brownish shimmer shade. And I'm going to put that on the inner third. So moving on to the next product that I wanted to try out from Colourpop. I've really been into brow gels, so I did decide to get their Brow Boss Gel in the shade Blonde. I do have the Essence Brow Gel in the shade Blonde, so that's why I got it in this one as well. They don't really have an auburn or anything like that. It looks basically the same as the Essence one that I've used on my channel a lot. Ooh. Okay. Not bad, I kind of like it. I really like that, and y'all know if you've watched my channel, I like more of the natural, like fluffy eyes rather than the like straight streak eye, like the Instagram eyebrow. It's still a little weird for me to see myself with dark eyebrows or with any eyebrows at all. So then, the next product that I got to try out is from the Disney Designer collection. I did get one of their highlighters in the shade A Smile and a Song. It's so cool. This is just the coolest texture. This is part of their Super Shock line. It's so cool, the texture of it. It's almost like putty, and it feels wet. It's like the coolest texture. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my face. I guess I'm just gonna try and use the same highlighting brush I always use. This is the one from e.l.f. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. Are you supposed to do it with your fingers? I'm gonna try it with a brush, and then if nothing happens, we'll try it. Alright, I'm getting something. It's very glittery though, so it does have some shimmer to it. You can definitely see that on the face. For the other side, I'm gonna try and just use my finger. Woo! Ah! Oh my gosh. Honestly, I would more so use this. I've said in plenty of videos, and I just said in my last video, I am not as big of a fan of the like blinding highlight. I think it looks pretty, but I'm not as big a fan of it for myself. I would almost use this more so as an eyeshadow than as an actual highlighter. It is very pretty when you blend it in though. So I think the way to go for the Super Shock cheek highlighter is to use either a sponge or your finger. Alright, so my battery is dying. I don't have a second one, so we're gonna try and not rush through this, but we're gonna try and get through this before it dies. So moving on to the lip bundle. So this collection came with 3 lip colors. So we've got 2 of their ultra matte lip and then 1 of their ultra glossy lip. So these are the 2 shades of the ultra matte lip. It's the shade Sueño de Coco and Dulcet. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch both of them on my lips for y'all, and then we'll see which color goes best. Alright, so this is the shade Sueño de Coco. I really like it, and I like this formula. It goes on very easily. It's not patchy whatsoever. I really like this. And I really like this color too. I don't think I like this color with this eye look. I think it clashes a little bit. So let me go ahead and try on the shade Dulcet, and then we'll wrap this up. Alright, so here we have the shade Dulcet. So I still don't think that this quite goes with my eye look, but I really like this shade as well. I think it looks really good. Like I said in my last video, I have a hard time finding lip shades that I think look good on me, but I actually like both this one and the Sueño de Coco. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, put on the glossy lip. I think these 3 lip shades are better, I think, for kind of more warm tone eye looks, which is great because that's what I usually do. That's what I typically do. I had decided to go with the shades in the palette that are a little different than what I typically would go for. These right here, the more neutral to cool tone shades. So none of these lip shades go perfectly. I think this one does the most just because it's a bit more sheer, so you can't see it as much. I really like the formulas of their ultra matte lip as well as their ultra glossy lip. As far as when I first put them on. Now, I did not wear these all day, so I can't really attest to whether it like leaves your lips all dry and cracked, things like that. But first impression, I really like it. It is not patchy at all. It takes very little time to actually apply them to your lips, which I love. For the eyeshadow palette, I really enjoy this. I feel very inspired by it, and you know, the last one I felt that way about was the Weekend Festival palette from Beige Cosmetics. And y'all know I've done so many looks on my channel with that palette, so I'm looking forward to doing more looks with this one, with the more warm tones down here, and maybe with this emerald green right there. I'm very excited, so let me know if y'all would like to see more tutorials with this palette. I can definitely do that. I love the brow gel. I think it is the perfect shade. It went on well. The highlighter I really like. I would definitely recommend that you use either your fingers or maybe a sponge to apply that because it doesn't really apply well with a brush. It's a very cool texture, really nice color. All in all, I liked every product that I tried from Colourpop. I'm really excited to try some more. I do have another palette. For buying all of this, I did get another palette from Colourpop for free. They gave this Chasing Rainbows palette to me for free. This is how it looks. So if y'all would like to see a tutorial with this one, let me know in the comments and I can do one for y'all as well. My first foray into Colourpop was very successful. I'm really excited about trying more from the brand. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye y'all.